Okay. Now, what about the charity? So we saw about the austerities. Austerity of the body, austerity of the mind, austerity of the speech. We saw about the austerity, and now we'll come to charity. दातव्यम् इति यद्दानं दीयते नुपकारिणे देशे काले च पात्रे च तत्तानं सात्विकं स्फुतम्. So Dattavyam means worth giving. Dattavyam. Yaddanam, giving the charity, anupakarine, irrespective of any return. Deshe, in a proper place, at a proper time, kale, to a suitable person, then that charity is considered to be in the mode of goodness. So there is no expectation of any return. This line is very important. Satvikam Danam. Proper place, proper time, proper person is also very important. If there is a beggar, you try to give to him. He may use it in a wrong way. He may use it for drinking. Then we have to face the reactions because we only gave him, we gave him the facility to drink. So proper place, proper time, and a worthy person. Then that talent is considered to be the mode of goodness. Jai Shri Mataji Ji.
Hare Krishna. Dadavyamidhi yadhanam diyate anupakarini deshe kale cha patre cha tadhanam satvikam smritam. Charity given out of duty without expectation of return at the proper time and place and to a worthy person is considered to be in the mode of goodness. Purport. In the Vedic literature, charity given to a person engaged in spiritual activities is recommended. There is no recommendation for giving charity indiscriminately. Spiritual perfection is always a consideration. Therefore, charity is recommended to be given at a place of pilgrimage and at lunar or solar eclipses or at the end of the month of or to a qualified Brahmana or a Vaishnava devotee or in temples. Such charities should be given without any consideration of return. Charity to the poor is sometimes given out of compassion, but if a poor man is not worth giving charity to, then there is no spiritual advancement. In other words, indiscriminate charity is not recommended in the Vedic literature.
Okay, next. Yattu pratyupakarartham phalam uddishya va punaha diyate cha pariklishtam tattanam rajasamspatam. Prati upakara artham. A charity done phalam for the sake of getting some returns. Uddeshya, that is the uddesha, or that is a desire. Then that danam pariklishtam, it is a grudging mood danam. You're doing, but you have a grudge. And there is also two things have been given. There are three things. First is expectation of some return, or with a desire for fruity results, or in a grudging mode. Then that danam is considered to be in the mode of passion. Charity is considered to be in the mode of passion. Okay, so three things. Some expectation of some returns. So let me do here so that I can get some benefit or some fruity results. Let me take out some share of my salary, give, some results should be there. Or, oh, I have to give a grudging mode. So these three are considered together in the mode of passion. Okay, Geeta, read. Geeta. My connectivity is gone. Okay. Goluka read.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yet to pra-
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Just suddenly you appeared. Okay, read.
यत्तु प्रत्युपकारार्थं फलमुद्दिश्य वा पुनः दीयते च परिक्लिष्टं तद्दानं राजसंस्मृतम्. But charity performed with the expectation of some return or with a desire for fruitive results or in a grudging mood is said to be charity in the mode of passion. Purpose. Charity is sometimes performed for elevation to the heavenly kingdom and sometimes with great trouble and with repentance afterwards. Why have I spent so much in this day? Charity is also sometimes given under some obligation at the request of a superior. These kinds of charity are said to be given in the mode of passion. There are many charitable foundations which offer their gifts to institutions where sense gratification goes on. Such charities are not recommended in the Vedic scripture. Only charity in the mode of goodness is recommended. Hare Krishna.
There are many institutions where sense gratification goes on. You give your dhanam there, what happens? Their sense gratification will only increase. We are facilitating such illicit sense gratification. Now let us see charity out of ignorance. Done out of ignorance. Adesha kale yaddanam apatrebhyascha diyate asatkutam abhagyatam tattamasam tattamasamudharatam tattamasam adeshakali yaddanam apatrebhyascha diyate asatkutam abhagyatam tattamasam tattamasam udharutam adeshakale, in an unpurified place, at an unpurified time, the dhanam is done. To whom? Apatrebhyascha, to unworthy person. And that too done without respect, asatkutam, avakyatam, without proper attention. Then that dhanam is in the mode of ignorance. So impure place, improper time, unworthy person, without respect, without attention, then that is considered to be in the mode of ignorance. Okay, Palash, read properly.
Adesa,
See the English one. Immediately your eyes should go up also, both.
Adesha kale yaddanam
What happened?
apatrebhyasa cha
Apatrebhyascha.
diyate
Phone Gita.
asatkutam
Asatkutam.
krutam vajyant vyagyanti
Avagyatam.
asakrutam avagyatam tattamasa tattamasam udharatam.
Acha, now what you should do, you have to write a. Learn that first. Because when gya comes, you should say gya.
Yeah.
So write and at least 10 times and you will send to me. E. Okay? Every verse I write. Don't think that, oh, what is this? I'm going to junior KG or what. It is for our only good. There is nothing wrong, nothing shy also to learn. When you write that is actually you're writing Sanskrit. It is not Hindi, it is Sanskrit. So when you do that, when Gya comes, you will read Gya. Okay, and then write the words Adesha. In English also write in C. In Hindi also write in C. In English also write in C. Learn to do Sandhi Vigraha. When you do this, if you practice this, I'll tell you within just 2-3 weeks, you can start chanting very nicely. There is a Sandhi Vigraha, Tat. There is the, another one, this is there. Tat. Tamasam. So what has been taken? U has been taken. Udhartam. Learn to do the Sandhi Vigraha nicely. Okay. Don't feel shy for that. In every age we can learn, isn't it?
Yes.
Learning has no limits. Read now.
And charity performed at an impure place and at impure time to unworthy person or without proper attention and respect is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Purport. Contribution for indulgence in intoxication and gambling are not encouraged here. That sort of contribution is in the mode of ignorance. Such charity is not beneficial. Rather, sinful people are encouraged. Similarly, if a person gives charity to a suitable person, but without respect and without attention, that sort of charity is also said to be in the mode of darkness.
Okay. Now about Om has been spoken. What is Om? Many people chant Om. Om Tat Sat Iti Nirdesho Brahmanas-trividha Smritah Brahmanastena Vedascha Vikyascha Vihita Pura. Om Tat Sat Iti Nirdesho Brahmanas-trividha Smritah Brahmanastena Vedascha Vikyascha Vihita Pura. So this Om indicates Lord Tat Sat Iti. Tat Sat Iti. Okay. So here Tat means that person, Sat is eternal, Tat Sat Iti, thus. So Om Tat Sat Iti Nirdesho, it is indicating that Supreme Person, Brahmana, that Supreme Person who is always eternal. Trividaha, there are 3 things in this. Trividaha. 3 symbolic representations were used by the Brahmanas. Brahmanaha, tenaha, vedaha, cha, yakyaha, cha, vihitapura. So these 3 symbolic representation. A, U, Am. A is the external, U is the marginal, Am is the internal. So 3 representations are there. A, U, Am. These 3 symbolic representations were used by the Brahmanas when they're chanting the hymns of the Vedas and during the sacrifices for the satisfaction of the Lord. So in the sacrifices, it starts with Om. Whenever it starts with Om, understand it's a Vedic sacrifice. And the intention is to please Lord. So we should not be very allergic to the sacrifices. Sacrifices are the part of our Vedic culture. Sankirtana Yajna, that is also Yajna. Havan Yajna, that is also Yajna. It starts with Om. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra has that Om, which is very explicitly now shown that Om is Radha Krishna. Hare Krishna. So don't think that Om is not seen. Om is there in Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And when there is an Om chanted, like tomorrow we have Bhuvara Yajna. So at that time, Om is chanted. First Om, it starts with Om. That means you are calling Lord. Om Tat Saviti, you are calling Lord. Om Namah Varaha, Om Namah Shri Varahaya Dharani Dharanaya Swaha. Namaha, when we say, it should be Namaha. When the Yajna goes, iti varahaya idam namama, like that the verses goes. Idam varahaya idam namama. This all belongs to Varahaya. Varaha. Who is Varaha? He is the board incarnation of Lord. Like that you have for Varaha Swami, you have for Lakshmi Narasimha. Starts with Om. Whenever it starts with Om, understand, it indicates a Supreme Brahman. And then these three symbolic representations, they are used while performing the sacrifices. So when Nam Sankirtan goes, the same Om is explicitly said as Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, indicating that Supreme Person. Okay. Okay. Aruna, read.
Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat Iti Nirdesho Brahmana Strividaha Smritaha Brahmanastena Vedascha Yagnascha Vihitaha Pura. From the beginning of creation, the three words Om Tat Sat were used to indicate the supreme absolute truth. These three symbolic representations were used by Brahmanas while chanting the hymns of the Vedas and during the sacrifice for the satisfaction of the supreme purport. It has been explained that penance, sacrifice, charity, and foods are divided into three categories: the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. But whether first class, second class, or third class, they are all conditioned, contaminated by the material modes of nature. When they are aimed at the Supreme, Om Tat Sat, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Eternal, they become means for spiritual elevation. In scriptural injunction, such an objective is indicated. These three words, Om Tat Sat, particularly indicate the absolute truth, the supreme personality of Godhead. In the Vedic hymns, the word Om is always found. One who acts without following the regulation of the scriptures will not attain the absolute truth. He will get some temporary result, but not the ultimate end of life. The conclusion is that the performance of charity, sacrifice, and penance must be done in the mode of goodness. Performed in the mode of passion or ignorance, they are certainly inferior in quality. The three words Om Tat Sat are uttered in conjunction with the holy name of the Supreme Lord. Example, Om Tat Vishnu. Wherever a Vedic hymn or the holy name of the Supreme Lord is uttered, Om is added. This is the indication of Vedic literature. The three words are taken from the Vedic hymns. Om iti etad brahmano nedishtam nama Rigraved indicates the first goal. Then Tat Tvam Asi Chandogya Upanishad 6.8.7 indicates that the second goal. And Sat Eva Soumya Chandogya Upanishad 6.2.1 indicates the third goal. Combined, they become Om Tat Sat. Formerly, when Brahma, the first created living entity, performed sacrifice, he indicated by these three words the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the same principle has always been followed by disciplic succession. So, this hymns has great significance. Bhagavad Gita recommends, therefore, that any work done should be done for a Om Tat Sat or for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When one performs penance, charity, and sacrifice with these three words, he is acting in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is a scientific execution of transcendental activities which enables one to return home back to Godhead. There is no loss of energy in acting in such a transcendental way. Hare Krishna.
Om Tat Sat. Om, the Supreme Person. Tat is abode. Sat, to please him. Any year is going to come. 24, 25, 26. Three goal. Om, to understand the Supreme Person. Om iti etat brahmano. This is the first goal. First to understand who is that person. Whom to please. Om iti etat brahmano nedishtam namaha. is the first goal of life, to understand who is God. We do the journey of self-discovery. At the time, we first chant with this only, Om. The first goal is to understand who is God. What is my relationship with Him? What is an eternal abode? Tat. Tat. What is an eternal abode? How is that eternal abode? Na tat bhasyate suryam na shashanko na pavata. Yad gatvana nivartante tad dhama parama. See, there also came tad dhama. So tat refers to that abode which doesn't need any electricity, any fire, any sun, moon to illuminate. It is self-illuminating tad dhama. Okay, what is it Satya? What is it eternity? Eternity is our relationship with Krishna. That is always eternal. So eternity lies in understanding I am truth. As much as I am truth, Krishna is super truth, supreme truth. And as much as Krishna is supreme truth, I am also truth. Then my relationship to Him, with Him, is also supreme truth. That means my goal of life should be to please Him. So, Om Tat Sat. Understand it very nicely. Om refers to that person, supreme person. Tat refers to His abode. Sat refers to the process to please Him, or the eternity to please Him. Process isn't a devotional service. Now, 3 verses 24, 25, 26 speaks more elaborately on Om. Then comes 25th is Tat, 26th is Sat. Tasmat Om Ityudaritya Yakyadana Tapakriyaha Pravartante Vidhan Mukta Satatam Brahmavadina. Tasmat, therefore, Om, beginning with Om, Iti, thus Udarita, indicating Yajna Dana Tapa. Even when you give charity, it starts with Om. I have seen somebody came in our temple and they gave Danam because it was their birthday. And when it was accepted, the Brahmana chanted the mantras beginning with Om. That means you are giving this to the Lord. So very nicely it was chanted, Om. That means when we do the charity, we are actually giving the charity to the Supreme Person. Om. So in this way, it starts with Om. That means you're giving to Om. Yajna. Yajna, Dana, Tapa. Whatever tapasya we are doing it for Lord. Now see, so many austerity of speech, mind, and then body was spoken, charity was spoken, yajna was spoken, 3 moods. Now the question of Arjuna was what? A person who has no faith in the Vedic literatures, but still performs some activity, they should be considered in which mode? What type, in what category they come? So the Krishna did not directly say that they are all demons. Because if you don't consider the Vedic literatures and you do something which comes in your mind, then it's actually demonic, isn't it? But then directly demonic has not been spoken because sometimes out of you don't take the shelter of the scriptures, but you are in satoguna. So activities are done in a satoguna, rajas, tamas. So directly you cannot say that everything is demonic. Somebody has no time to read the scriptures, but he doesn't have even faith also. Actually, technically, if you see, it is demonic only. But explicitly, Krishna is not speaking that. He's not speaking. But in the previous chapter, he very clearly says who is demon, who is divine. One who don't have faith, he is demonic. But then the question was what? He doesn't have faith, but he performs the activity. Now, demons, they don't even perform the activity, keeping Lord in the center. So sometimes whimsically a person performs the activity. So whimsically, when it is done, you cannot explicitly say that he's a demonic person. Like children, they don't know to walk. And the mother teaches how to walk. So that doesn't mean that he's not going to walk. So then slowly, he will walk. Slowly, he will also understand how to take shelter of the scriptures, especially Satoguna person. That is why here this verse speaks very nicely about these three things: charity, sacrifice, because these three things were spoken: yajna, austerity, that is tapasya, and dhanam. These three things should be done for Lord. Om, that is, it should be done in accordance to the scriptural injunctions, Vedana, Vidhana Yukta. Then it is very easy to attain the Supreme. So slowly, now again Krishna comes back to following the scriptural regulations. You cannot just give dhanam. Not that every dhanam is considered to be pure, isn't it? Now we saw that. Three categories. If it is according to the scriptural injunctions, it reaches to the Lord. This by a verse. It was, I'll give you the verse. I'll give that verse that Brahmanaha comes from. So Vidhana Uktaha, according to the scriptural injunctions, beginning always with Om, and the goal is what? To attain the Lord. Any three things. You say Yakya, you say Yakya, you say sacrifice, you say Dhanam. The aim should be to reach Lord. Okay, Mayur Prabhu read.
तस्मात् ओम इति दाहृत्य यज्ञदान तपक्रिया क्रियः प्रवर्तन्ते विधानोक्तः सततं ब्रह्मवादिनां. Meaning, therefore, transcendentalist undertaking performances of sacrifice, charity, and penance in accordance with scriptural regulations begin always with Om to attain the supreme purport. Om Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam. The lotus feet of Vishnu, Rigveda 1.22.20. The lotus feet of Vishnu are the supreme devotional platform. The performance of everything on behalf of Supreme Personality of Godhead assures the perfection of all activity. Assures the perfection of all activity. Hare Krishna.
This is the 17.24. You open 4.24. Brahmarpanam, Brahmavir, Brahmagno, Brahmanautam, Brahmaivatena Kantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. When every activity will become supreme, Brahmarpanam. We saw the 6 factors last time in the fourth chapter. Arpanam, Havi, Agni, Brahmana, one who is getting done, Hutam, the Brahmavatena Gantavyam, everything should be supreme or everything should be pure, spiritual. Then understand Brahma Karma Samadhina. That verse and this verse has a lot of connection. Arpanam. Mayur Prabhu. Mayur Prabhu. Mayur Prabhu, can you like this get up from the class? Go inside, talk loudly. It's not the way now. Okay. Om Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam. That person, Vishnu Paramam Padam. That is the goal of life. Okay. The performance of everything on behalf of the Lord assures the perfection of all activity. So even the capacity to do chanting is also given by Krishna. On our own, we don't have any capacity. It's actually the parampara which gives us the power. And Parampara begins with Lord, the spiritual master, who encourages us. So it is directly one cannot have any connection with Lord. If somebody tries to think that, oh, I and my Lord, doesn't happen, doesn't work also. Because we are not having the pure consciousness to have direct communion with Lord. It's actually through the spiritual master we get connected to the Lord. So it is parampara. So that is why it is very important here. On behalf, why this word is given on behalf, the samarthya is also given by Lord. Okay, now tad. Om became now tad. Tad iti anabhisandhyaya. Tadityanabhisandhyaya. If you don't want to do Sandhi Vigraha, then immediately with that only you should chant. Tadityanabhisandhyaya phalam yakya tapakriyaha tana kriyascha vividha kriyante mokshakankritihi. That supreme abode, anabhisandhaya, without desiring phalam, the fruitive result, without desiring anything from that yajna, tapaha, danam, moksha kanshivi. One who really wants liberation, or one who wants to get free from the material entanglement, then what he does, without desiring fruitive results, he performs these three activities with the word tat. And so the purpose of such transcendental activities is to go back home, back to God. That is the purpose. There is no other purpose. Dhanam is also done for that only reason. Yajna is also done for that only reason. Sacrifice is also done for the same reason. Go back home, back to God. Other all things are immaterial. The more we are entangled in this material life, then the entanglement is karma pasha. It's not so easy to come out of this karma pasha. This attachment itself is a karma pasha. Not so easy to come out. We don't know who was our family in the past. Were we having the same family members? No, I don't know. And then so much of attachment now, and then we don't know in the future who is going to be. So the tat is very important. Purpose. Purpose is to go back home, back to God. See who, to whom. First, there is Om. Purpose, to go back home, back to God. How is Sat. So whom and why, whom, why, and how. You can write like this. Whom, how, whom, then why, and then how. Why are you performing? So that you can go back home, back to God. Then how will you go back home, back to God? By performing devotional service. So it is your spiritual master who engages you. You cannot just do something out of your mind. Actually, one should follow the spiritual master, whoever is teaching you. Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. One should do for their mission. Understand it very nicely. Like I serve my spiritual master, I am connected to him. ISKCON is one. ISKCON is one unit. There are branches, different branches. I cannot be multi-branched. I have to be focused. If I am focused in one place, I can progress. There are 4 temples in ISKCON, in Bombay, there are 4 temples. So I cannot just jump sometimes here, sometimes there. No, my Guru Maharaj has given me one target. I am serving that target. That is only my mission. Sincerely engaging everybody in that mission only. I am not interested in doing any other task other than this mission, whatever has been given to me. And I engage people in that mission only. So that should be, you can be this way focused in some other place also. But again, It's not because I like that place. No. Am I connected to that person? It's a counseling system, actually. It's a counseling system. Am I connected to a particular counselor? That counselor actually becomes a Shiksha Guru. He guides you. It's not that I go to the temple, I have put some donations and I have come back. No. Is your donation used for some purpose? Yes, there also it is used for some purpose. Missionary task. But again, are you guided in that task? You should always understand it very nicely. Every place in ISKCON utilizes the fund in the proper place. It's a proper place, proper person, everything is proper. But am I guided in that line? Like you go to school, isn't it? You go to school. You go to a particular school. Naturally, you put your energy in that school because you're guided in that school. And you're connected to a particular temple. Then you're connected and your life should be for that temple. Your counselor also should be from that temple, who can actually see your dedication and take you forward ahead for Diksha, for everything. Your counselor is required. Even for Diksha also counselor is required. Shiksha Guru functions when the Diksha ceremony happens. That time, no spiritual master directly gives any Diksha. He gives under the recommendation of the Shiksha Guru. And what does the Shiksha Guru see? Shiksha Guru sees your dedication, simple. Wherever you are connected, you should be connected to the authority or the counselor of that particular temple and take the guidance and progress very nicely so that the progress can reach to the level of at least initiating ourselves in devotional service by taking Diksha. Diksha is not the ultimate. It is, Diksha means now you're initiated to do more devotional service. And then slowly, serving the temple, like taking Brahman initiation, and then taking part in the service of the temple, like cooking for the Lord, dressing the Lord. So many activities come in that. And then again, we should not think, oh, I am Brahman initiated now, this is the ultimate. No, again, that is initiating you to serve more and more. That is why this is given here. This is all done because of the mercy of the Lord. Now, Sat became, no, Om became, Tat became, now Sat. Sadbhave, Sadhubhave cha, Sadityetat prayujyate, Prashaste karmani tata, Satshabda partha uchyate, Yajne tapasidane cha, Sthiti sat iti chuchyate, Karma chaiva tadarthiyam, Sadityeva abhidhiyate, Sadbhave. So in the sense of the nature of the Supreme, Sat, understanding the nature of the Lord, this eternal Sadhubhave, nature of the devotee, nature of Lord, nature of devotee, Sat, Prayuchate. This word is used for a devotee and for Lord. So Sat doesn't apply for a materialistic person because it's functioning on the bodily platform. Like if you remember, Kshetra Kshetrajya Vibhaga Yuga. We did this Kshetra Kshetrajya. Who is a Kshetrajya? That person who knows that I and my body are different. Who doesn't have the bodily connection. That means who doesn't identify himself with the body. Then that person is Kshetrajya. In the same way, this Sat word is used only for a devotee who knows his connection with Lord. Sat is applied for Krishna, Sat is applied for that living entity who has come in the platform of devotional service. So understand, this is a very important thing. It is not that every living entity is Sat, because he is grooming himself in Asat. Isn't it? He identifies with himself with Asat. Body is Asat, How is this asat? It is temporary. It is temporary. It is a part of this material world. It is just temporary. Okay, so this prayujyate means the sat is used for Lord and the sat is used for the devotee. Prashaste karmani. Prashaste karmani. Bona fide activities. Again, this word again very important. It should be authorized. Activity should be authorized. Not what comes to my mind. There is an insane person, mad person. Bona fide means what is authorized. Yajna should be authorized. Dhanam should be authorized. Tapasya should be authorized. That is bona fide. Then there also, Sat Shabdaha. So in all these three activities, if it is bona fide, you can use the word Sat. O Partha. Yajna, tapasihi, dhanam cha, sthiti sat. Now, when it is bona fide, not that somebody becomes a Brahmin suddenly and he tries to perform an yajna. Is bona fide? Is he bona fide? Is his activity bona fide? Not that every Brahmana can perform an yajna. He may come from a Brahminical family, but he is working like a Shudra. There are Brahmins who do Shatkarmas also and go to office also. Will you call them a bona fide Brahmanas? Brahmana means one who is completely dedicated in the Shatkarmas, in reading scriptures, then that person is a Brahmana. Shatkarma means performing yajna, getting the yajna performed, giving charity, accepting charity, giving mantropdesh, getting mantropdesh. So, if he has this quality, then only he can be Brahmana. And again, Brahmana following the regulations. If a Brahmana is drinking tea and coffee, can you call himself Brahmana? It is a shame to call oneself Brahmana if we are not following the regulations. Says, I am a Brahmana, but drinking tea and coffee. Taking onion and garlic, what type of Brahmana is? In our Vedic times, this tea, coffee, onion, garlics, they're not there. It's only after British culture all this started coming. Because it's a tamasic ahara. How can a Brahmana take a tamasic ahara? If he is taking a tamasic ahara, he is not a Brahmana, he is a Shudra actually. He is worse than Shudra. At least a Shudra takes according to his qualities. Coming Naradhama. Have you used this word Naradhama? We have come across this word Naradhama. 4 types of people can never attain Lord. In that one comes is Naradhama. He's got such a wonderful family, wonderful opportunity. There are Brahmanas who completely dedicate. If you go to South and all, there are Brahmanas. They don't do any other work. Their work is this only. They will do marriage. They will sanskaras. All the sanskaras they will do. Even they all sanskaras, right? From the Janma to the Antim sanskara. All these things they will do. Their life is based on this. And whatever donations come, they maintain their life, simple life. If a Brahmana has agreed when he goes to office, then he will say, I also do the Satkarmas. What type of Satkarmas he can do? Satkarmas can be done only when he is completely into it. Like a teacher can teach only when the teacher is completely into that. A teacher cannot just do other work also and teach also. No, you have to be completely focused. You see, the teacher cannot become some other part, you cannot do some other work and then teach also. Isn't it? You're completely focused. Your life has to be given for that. So that is why it is given here. The performer of such sacrifice is also Sattva. All the work which is done, that should also be Sattva. Sat. That means tapasya, dhanam, sthiti. The situation also should be Sattva. That means for the Lord. The life is given for the Lord. Then karma evaha tat arthyam. Then that karma has some artha, has a meaning. That sat has a meaning. You call anybody as Sat. Oh, you are Sat. Hey, how can you be Sat if you are not completely dedicated in devotional service? So Sat refers to our relationship with Krishna and how we are performing that, the three activities, how they are bona fide. Are we following according to the scriptural regulations? Are we performing the devotional service? Then that has artha. Sat iti abhidiyate. Then that is done for pleasing Lord. So whom? Om. Then why? To go back home, back to Lord. How? By performing devotional service to please Lord. Okay, always remember this. Om Tat Sat. Sometimes somebody says Om Tat Sat, immediately we have again allergy to it. I don't chant this. He is chanting the highest thing. What is the highest thing? Om Tat Sat. Somebody is chanting Om Tat Sat. Immediately understand. Om refers to the Lord. Tat refers to his abode. Sat refers to the relationship. Okay, he must have just chanted. But you should know the deeper meaning. And that is how Hare Krishna Mahamantra is done so that all these three can be understood properly. Om Tat Sat can be understood very nicely by chanting the Mahamantra. This much only. It's not like I'm chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that person is chanting Om Tat Sat, let me go and fight with him. Don't do that. That is known as incomplete knowledge. Om Tat Sat. All these three are indicated or can be understood very nicely by chanting the Mahamantra. And naturally by studying the scriptures. Only chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra doesn't work. We should have with knowledge. Chanting should be done with knowledge, not just sentiments. Only sentiments, for some time it will work, after it does not work. Something happens, you run away. So devotion is not done just with sentiment. Devotion is done with knowledge. And that knowledge is there in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chaitanya Bhagavat. So the idea of the scriptures where you can just get the pearls of wisdom, isn't it? So that is how chanting process becomes more effective when we understand to whom are we chanting, why are we chanting, and how best I can chant. Okay. So now three have kept the videos off. Who among the three who wants to read and keep your videos on?
Hare
Raise
Krishna
your
Mataji, I
hand.
can read, but I won't be able to turn the video.
When you can read, you can keep your videos on also. Because in the office, when you're reading, naturally you can keep your videos on also.
Mataji, people are around here.
So how can you read when the people are around you? You cannot read when the people are around you. Anuj Kamkar, where are you?
Yes, Mataji,
You're traveling. Who is Arna Mishra, Priyanka Mishra? I see when you're reading, I want the videos on. At the time, you can keep it off because you're in the office or traveling, I don't mind. But when you're reading, it should be video on, I'll consider. I think you're on the roads. So, Jaishri, you can continue.
Hare Krishna. Sadbhave sadhubhave cha sadityetat prayujyate prashaste karmani tadha sacchabdha partayujyate yajñi tapasi dane cha sthiti saditi chochyate karma chaiva tadarthiyam sadityeva vidhiyate. The absolute truth is the objective of devotional sacrifice and it is indicated by the word Sat. The performer of such sacrifices is also called Sat, as are all works of sacrifice, penance, and charity which, true to absolute nature, are performed to please the Supreme Person, O Son of Prithvi. The words Prashasti Karmani or prescribed duties indicate that there are many activities prescribed in the Vedic literature which are purificatory processes, beginning from the time of conception up to the end of one's life. Such purificatory processes are adopted for the ultimate liberation of the living entity. In all such activities, it is recommended that one vibrate Om Tas Sat. The words Sadbhave, and Sadhu Bhave indicate the transcendental situation. Acting in Krishna consciousness called Sattva. And one who is fully conscious of the activities of Krishna consciousness is called a Sadhu. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.2525, it is said that the transcendental subject matter becomes clear in the association of the devotees. The words used are Satam Prasangat. Without good association, one cannot achieve transcendental knowledge.
Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. This is the verse. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. That comes.
Okay, Satam Prasangat. Without the good association, one cannot achieve transcendental knowledge. When initiating a person or offering the sacred thread, one vibrates the words Om Tat Sat. Similarly, in all kinds of performances of yajna, the object is the supreme Om Tat Sat. The word Tat Arthyam further means offering service to anything which represents the supreme, including such service is cooking and helping in the Lord's temple, or any other kind of work for broadcasting the glories of the Lord. These supreme words, Om Tat Sat, are thus used in many ways to perfect all activities and make everything complete. Hare Krishna.
Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. Bhavanti rutkarna rasayana katam. Tajoshanat ashvapavarga varmani. Bhakti ratir anukramishati. It will come like this. Bhakti ratir bhav anukramishati. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. Among the group of devotees, mama virya samvido. Samvido means discuss about my activities. Satam prasangan. Among the sata. Sat means among the devotees. Discuss my activities. You cannot go and discuss with materialistic people. You don't have to find materialistic people outside. You have a whole family members who are not inclined in devotional service. That's also as good as being with materialistic people. So you cannot discuss there. Yes, out of social obligations, you have to serve them. Like you are a daughter, you are a son, your son-in-law, whatever. You have to serve out of obligation. But you cannot discuss about Lord's activities, isn't it? So Satam Prasangan, you can discuss that among the group of devotees. Satam Prasangan, Mama Virya Samvido, Bhavanti Rutkarna Rasayana Katha. Then you're drinking Rutta with your mind, with your consciousness, with your Karna. You are drinking that Rasayana. Rasayana means the juice. It can be at levels. At the level of sadhana, that Rasayana refers to medicine, to cure our disease. At the level of prema, it is juice. Tajoshanat ashvapavarga vartamani. What happens? One reaches apavarga. We have discussed this also. What is pavarga? Pa, fa, ba, bha, ma. Lot of parishram, lot of pain coming out from the mouth. Fa, ba, vyartha. The day has gone. You have wasted the time. Vyartha. Then bha is always a bhaya of what? Mrityu. So this pa fa ba bha ma, one comes out of this pa varga, he reaches apa varga. Bhakti ratir bhava apa anukramishyas. So bhakti now, how it is? It comes from the stage of rati. Rati means bhava, prema, ratir bhava, prema, bhaktir anukramishyati. In this way, slowly, slowly, one attains that prema stage. How it came? Because of satam prasangan, discussing among the devotees. Okay, you can put this in the group. Somebody can put this verse from the group. Satam prasangan mama virya samvidhu. Okay, last verse. Ashadhaya hutam dattam tapastaptam hutam chaya azit asadit yuchyate partha nacha tat pretyanu iha. Ashadhaya, no faith. Hutam, offered in sacrifice. Dattam, given. Tapaha, penance. Tapaha, executed. Kritam, performed. Cha, also, with that which asat, falsity, thus uchyate, is said to be partha, son of Pita. Na neva, cha, also, that pritya, after death, nor iha, in this life. Anything done as sacrifice, charity, or penance without faith in the Supreme, O son of Pritha, is impermanent. It is called asat, useless in this life and the next life. How it started, just see, the question was what? Doesn't have faith in the scriptures, but performing the activity. Last, what Krishna says? Krishna also nicely made him roam with all the modes. Then slowly Om Tat Satiti. And afterwards, now, direct declaration. What is that? Such type of activity where there is no faith in the Lord. When you have no faith in the Lord, where you have faith in the words of Lord? You should have faith in person. Then only you can have faith in the activities of the person. Vedas are spoken by Krishna. It's not spoken actually. When Krishna breathes, Vedas emanate. Scriptures are glorifying Krishna. You don't have faith in the scriptures. You don't have faith in Lord. You don't have faith in the process. Even if you do, what it is asat. So complete failure in this life also, the next life. Just useless. You don't have faith, useless. All our endeavors are just wasted. Okay. So the first question answer is actually direct answer is 28th verse. But it will hurt people now. It will hurt. Oh, I am doing so much. What if I don't read the scriptures? I go to temple. I do all the upvas. So many upvas I do. Practically, I eat only on Sundays. Monday, I do Somvar upvas. Tuesday, I do Mangalvar upvas. Wednesday, for whom I don't know. Thursday, I do some Baba upvas. Friday, I do some Amma upvas. Saturday, don't ask. Shaniday upvas. Maybe sometimes for Hanuman also. Sundays are free days. Maybe Wednesdays are also free days. Like twice, I eat. I do so much. Krishna says useless. You just see, directly useless statement, but this cannot be said so like directly, isn't it? Krishna has eloquence of speech. Directly, he will not say you're useless fellow. Then what Krishna did? Krishna made Arjuna roam first. Roam in this mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, and told all the three activities which are most important, that is tapasya, yajna, tapasya, tanam. Three things, yajna, tapasya, tanam. And then afterwards, all should be done for whom, why, how, all these things. And if you don't have faith, then last is this. Very beautiful chapter this is. Okay, Goloka, read. So the mission of everyone should be to go to Golok Dham. So Goloka will be. Nice name Maharaj is given. Golok Priya Gaurang.
Thank you, Mataji. Ashradhya hutam datam tapastaptam kritam chayat asad ityuchate partha nacha tat pretya no iha. Translation: anything done as sacrifice, charity, or penance without faith in the Supreme, O son of Pratha, is impermanent. It is called asat and is useless both in this life and the next. Purport: anything done without the transcendental objective, whether it be sacrifice, charity, or penance, is useless. Therefore, in this verse, it is declared that such activities are abominable. Everything should be done for the Supreme in Krishna consciousness. Without such faith and without the proper guidance, there can never be any fruit. In all the Vedic scriptures, faith in the Supreme is advised. In the pursuit of all Vedic instructions, the ultimate goal is the understanding of Krishna. No one can obtain success without following this principle. Therefore, the best course is to work from the beginning in Krishna consciousness under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. That is the way to make everything successful. In the conditional state, people are attracted to worshipping demigods, ghosts, or yakshas like Vera. The mode of goodness is better than the mode of passion and ignorance. But one who takes directly to Krishna consciousness is transcendental to all three modes of material nature. Although there is a process of gradual elevation, if one by the association of pure devotees takes directly to Krishna consciousness, that is the best way, and that is recommended in this chapter. To achieve success in this way, one must first find the proper spiritual master and receive training under his direction. Then one can achieve faith in the Supreme. When that faith matures in course of time, it is called love of God. This love is the ultimate goal of the living entities. One should therefore take to Krishna consciousness directly. That is the message of this 17th chapter. Thus ends Bhaktivedanta purports to the 17th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of the divisions of faith. Hare Krishna.
So the exam for this next Saturday, 16th and 17th, exam will be for just 25 marks. 25 marks will be for the 18th chapter. I don't want to keep all together because we'll have so many verses to study. Then we cannot just go.
Mataji, it was decided 24th, 25th, no, for the exam?
This will mix, na?
Huh?
Next
Mataji,
Saturday, Sunday.
24th, 25th, Gaur Purnima.
23rd, 24th, it was decided. 25th is Gaur Purnima.
25th, no? Gaur Purnima.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
mean that
easily,
weekend, I think. It's Gaur Purnima.
25th is Gaur Purnima, Monday.
Monday.
So you can give now exam Saturday, Sunday. Okay. You can have Saturday, Sunday exam, and then you'll be free for enjoying your Gaur Purnima. So the pressure of exam will not be there. And then after that, April 1st week will be the exam for the 18th chapter. No, not first week, April 2nd. It will go because we have to complete 78 verses. These three chapters, last three chapters, are they are the summary of all the chapters what we have done. Okay, I don't want to rush about.
Mataji, orals for these chapters 16 and 17?
Jumur will give now. I don't give. Jumur will decide from where to give. She sees the book and then she's.
Mataji, the way we chant mantra Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, in that way then can we chant this Om Tat Sat, or no?
You haven't told our.
No.
Yes. If somebody is chanting Om Tat Sat, we should understand that refers Hare Krishna Mahamantra has these three. What is recommended for the Kali Yuga? Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It contains all these three. Okay. This is not chanted like this. Om Tat Sat is not a mantra which is chanted. It is indicated Like some temples, they write there, Om Tat Sat. It is indicated. It is not a mantra which is chanted. It is not a mantra. They are the words which indicate Lord, His abode, the process. Hare Krishna Mahamantra indicates all these three.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, Pushpa Mataji, without specs, you have attended. Nice.
Mataji, I had a question.
Shrutidhara means hearing with rapt attention. Yeah. Yes, Golu Karan.
Yes, Mataji, like in Bhakti Marg, all devotees are addressed as Vaishnavas. So are Vaishnavas above Brahmanas, Mataji?
Dvija. Now Brahmanas has category. Dvija, Vipra, Vaishnava. Dvija means twice born. He gets Upanayana Samskara. He gets the Gayatri. He practices reading the scriptures. He becomes expert, Vipra. Vaishnava is one who knows the sense of the scripture. He may not be born in a Brahmin family, but he is on the top, a rank in the Brahmin.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, anyone else? Vishnu